1972. A Washington, D.C. hearing room falls silent as a witness raises his right hand and takes an oath to tell the truth. It's not a mob boss. It's not a career criminal. It's Frank Sinatra, the most famous entertainer in America, appearing voluntarily before the U.S. House Select Committee on Crime, ready to answer, on the record, questions about rumors that had trailed him for nearly 30 years. For decades, whispers about alleged organized crime connections had appeared in newspaper columns, biographies, and gossip circles. Sinatra had rarely addressed them directly in a formal setting. In 1972, that changed completely. This is the full story of the day Frank Sinatra chose to answer under oath. Throughout his career, Sinatra had been the subject of persistent public speculation regarding alleged associations with organized crime figures, speculation that had appeared in press coverage as far back as the 1940s and continued through subsequent decades. These rumors had never been resolved through any formal legal proceeding involving Sinatra directly answering the allegations under oath. By the early 1970s, the U.S. House Select Committee on Crime was actively investigating organized crime's influence across various American industries, including entertainment and hospitality sectors, connected to Nevada's casino business, an area where Sinatra had, as covered in a previous episode of this series, previously held ownership interests before surrendering his gaming license in 1963. According to the official congressional record, rather than waiting to potentially be subpoenaed or continuing to let the rumors go unaddressed in a formal setting, Sinatra took the unusual step of requesting to appear voluntarily before the committee to directly address the allegations that had followed him for years. This was a significant decision for a public figure of his stature. Voluntarily submitting to formal, on-the-record questioning under oath before a congressional committee carried real legal and reputational risk. Any false statement made during the testimony would have constituted perjury, a serious federal crime. Sinatra's testimony before the committee is preserved in the official congressional record. During his appearance, he directly and categorically denied any involvement in organized crime activities or any improper association with organized crime figures, addressing the specific rumors that had circulated about him for decades. He answered the committee's questions on the record, under the legal obligations of sworn testimony, providing his direct account and denial of the allegations that had never previously been addressed in this kind of formal, legally binding setting. The testimony received significant national media coverage at the time, given both Sinatra's fame and the unusual nature of a major entertainment figure voluntarily appearing before a congressional crime committee to directly confront rumors about himself. Following his testimony, no formal charges or findings were brought against Sinatra by the committee connected to the organized crime allegations he had addressed. His sworn denial became part of the permanent public record, a formal legal counterpoint to decades of unverified rumor and speculation that had circulated in press coverage throughout his career. For journalists and biographers covering Sinatra in the years that followed, the 1972 testimony became a frequently referenced point of reference, a moment where, unlike the countless informal rumors that had followed him for decades, Sinatra had gone on record, under oath, with legal consequences attached to the truthfulness of his statements. The decision to testify voluntarily is often cited by biographers as reflecting Sinatra's growing frustration later in his career, with decades of unaddressed public speculation about his personal associations. Rather than continuing to let the rumors exist without a formal response, he chose the most legally serious venue available to directly confront them. The 1972 testimony remains, to this day, part of the official U.S. congressional record, a permanent, documented instance of Sinatra directly and formally responding under legal oath to allegations that had otherwise existed largely in the realm of press speculation and unverified biography for most of his career. A hearing room in Washington, a right hand raised, and decades of rumor finally addressed under the weight of a federal oath. Frank Sinatra's 1972 congressional testimony stands as one of the most formally documented moments of his entire career. Not tabloid speculation, but sworn, on-the-record testimony preserved permanently in U.S. government archives. In our next episode, we'll cover another single, defining moment in Sinatra's remarkable life. If you're enjoying these deep dives into real, documented events from classic Hollywood and American history, subscribe. There's a lot more still to uncover.